ear, like bleeding from the eardrum. So that means Randall hit him so hard that he blew his eardrum. On top of that, I went back and watched the replay, folks. Deontay Johnson was going for a pass, went through his
It was a
hands,
bad hit.
three, 4 yards pass. Randall continues the pursuit and levels him head to head and drops him right there on the spot. Refs came out, no questions asked, ejected. I love every bit of that decision because there was no excuse for that. And I just tweeted this on Zach Jacobson's account that he had a thing saying he's not surprised Demarius Randall did that. And I'm like, yeah, because Demarius Randall is an immature shithead who never acknowledges he never did anything wrong at any time, even when he was with Green Bay. That's why I'm so glad Green Bay traded him. He never acknowledges he's right, he's wrong. He never takes responsibility. That right there is sending a huge message to these young kids who follow him on Twitter, follow him on highlights and everything, and they see that. Now that's what they're going to go do in their high school games. They don't care about getting ejected. They just saw their star player do it.
Yeah, it's unnecessary. It's horse crap. Crap. So, here we go, guys. I've got Matt LaFleur in the post-game locker room here for y'all.
Talk about a game of inches. It came down to 1 inch right there, and we made a hell of a job. You guys a few things we talked about going into this game.
Wow.
Number
I'm
one,
trying to
we
get it
said
to play. Keep talking. I'm going to try to get this going.
today. Second thing we said was we have to win the rushing battle. That's a great job. Great team. We talked about emptying the tank. All right? It's going to be a hard-fought battle. It was 4 quarters. You guys emptied the
Lord.
tank.
My voice
Hell
is
of a
back
job.
finally.
We're sitting at a good point right now.
I can't
Don't
get
take
this
that
to, it's
for granted.
playing, but
These
it's
wins
not
are tough to
fucking
come
done.
by. That was a great team win right there.
So keep talking, Dave. I'm going to work on this. For a minute. Go ahead and talk a little bit. I try to figure out so these guys can hear this.
Yes, sir. You know I can cover anything with a bunch of BS. Also, a lot of people are starting to realize that Kareem Hunt has not lost
Hey,
a
you
step
talking
in
about a
Davis
game of
White.
inches?
I've seen a lot of people back that he should get more carries than Nick Chubb, which I disagree with. I think they should get split carries. Also, too, just got this on my Pro Football Rumors account that I follow. Eagles host Jay Ajayi on visit. Basically, they're like, yeah, come on in and come through. You're Super Bowl champion with us. But he also has a workout. So the running backs might be looking to add on more in Philly. Maybe Jaya comes back home. And then you have Jordan Howard, Miles Sanders,
Up
and
the
Jaya
middle,
Jaya.
cutting left.
If
He's
that
to the
is a
45
three-headed
line.
monster.
Breaks a tackle, 35-30 to the 25 side of the numbers. 28-yard burst.
The snap, the give, Jones up the middle, back. He's to the 10 to the 5.
A home field advantage for one game with if they beat out Dallas in the NFC East would be huge because no one wants to play that team, especially if they get Jay Ajayi back. I mean, he already knows the scheme. He'd be a perfect fit for him, which I'm surprised he's still available. I couldn't believe that, guys. I don't know how a player like him still is on the market. Same thing with Eric Berry, Des Bryant. There's a bunch of players. Also, Broncos are putting Bryce Callahan, the DB that plays the nickel corner spot for Denver that jumped from Chicago, is on IR now. So it looks like he won't even get to play another game.
Have you ever played in the
It
snow
will be his
before?
second
No, sir.
game.
Last night.
Re-aggravated his
First
injury,
time.
so he
It was
is
good
on IR.
experience, you know, kind of like slip and slide a little bit.
Sorry to hear that, Bryce. I know that I liked your game in Chicago and has obviously regressed to secondary in Chicago. So can't really root for that.
All right.
Also,
So
news
I
on
figured out how to get this to
Yep.
work. So go ahead and finish your thought, and then we'll get this going.
Former Seahawks defensive lineman Malik McDowell sentenced to 11 months in jail, which for what he did, I feel like is a little less than he deserves. So I think he should honestly he should be doing a couple years for what he did. But looks like he might have done a plea. Yep. Looks like he might have done a plea and is going to do 11 months. So sad to see another NFL player gets away with something. You have it, Jay.
All right, here we go. Here is the LaFleur post game in the locker room. Oh, geez, now I just lost.
Where?
Why did I do that? Well, my thumb hit the damn thing, and it just scrolled up. Now I can't find. Here it is. Here we go.
Hey, you talking about a game of inches? It came down to 1 inch right there, and we made a hell of a job. You guys. There are a few things we talked about going into this game. Number one, we said we got to win the ball. We're +2 today. Second thing we said was we have to win the rushing battle. That's a great job, great team. We talked about emptying the tank. All right, we knew it was going to be a hard-fought battle. It was quarters. You guys emptied the tank. Hell of a job. We're sitting at a good point right now. Don't take that for granted. These wins are tough to come by. That was a great team win right there. Let's go. Family on 3. 1, 2, 3.
All right. There you go. And then we got Rodgers, Lambeau Field once again became a very difficult place to play. So here you go. Here's Rodgers.
How much of that was some of the substitutions they had in secondary, or how much is that the identity of your team?
I think we wanted to run the ball tonight for sure. Matt talked about it this week as being one of the foci of the approach. We wanted to take care of the football and then run the football effectively, and I felt like the line controlled the line of scrimmage for much of the game. And I thought our backs both ran the ball hard and ran the ball well, and we got a lot of good effort from not at the line, but Mercedes blocking and the receivers blocking, and we had enough change-ups for him to keep him off balance. But I mean, that's typically has been our kind of weather, when it's cold and the snow, and I feel like we left a lot out there. Point-wise, I had some chances in the first half, and then I missed Jones for another touchdown on a pass I threw to Devontae in the left corner. That would have put us, 35 and really put the game away. But our defense stood up on the last drive.
Aaron, Za'Darius told us on Friday that on Monday you called the guys up after like a workout or something and said something about let's get back to us. Can you maybe give us a little clearer picture of what that was? Because it looked like today you guys did in fact get back to being you after what happened last week.
Yeah, the energy was just off last week. I think as a whole we weren't playing with a lot of confidence and or energy. So I challenged the guys this week to get back to enjoying each other's company and having fun and the contagious energy that's been a staple of our team 9 weeks through the season that was lacking last week in L.A. I think we responded well. I think our defense definitely got a big chunk of confidence the way they played tonight, and offensively I think the line deserves a lot of credit. They were obviously frustrated by their performance last week, and you look at today, we had a coverage sack and then one of those phantom minus half-yard sack when I ran around there for too long. So overall, the protection was really good, and they controlled the line of scrimmage.
So when and what are the circumstances when you do that?
I don't think that was to me. It wasn't a huge call up I appreciate the respect from Z, but I don't know how accurate his portrayal was. It was more of a smaller deal, I thought.
How well do you think you guys are built for winter football for days like today?
Yeah, I mean, we're not our line isn't as big as maybe the Oakland Raiders line. I feel like you walked on that field and everybody was about a head taller than me. But I think we have the makeup from a physicality standpoint to control the line of scrimmage. We have, we're starting to find those staples in the offense and what plays we're really getting a lot out of. I think that was the key tonight was Matt, really repeating a number of calls, similar formations, similar run calls. I thought that was really important for our success, just showing a lot of confidence in the line, especially with some of our run calls, allowed us to get into a rhythm running the football. Tonight was obviously one of those nights where we felt good about the red zone plan of giving the ball to Jones, and he made us right.
Was there much conversation at the end of the half about whether to go for it there or kick it?
It was a quick decision. I was more pissed at myself about the play, kind of airmailing a couple potential chances there for 6. And then, obviously the play to Jimmy, just kind of a different play there with his feet. You don't see that a whole lot. But when I saw the penalty, I looked over at Matt and I was running to get my helmet because I could tell he wanted to go for it. They talked through a few plays and picked a good run, and we just kind of got to be at the point of attack.
Are there messages? Is there a message sent with going for that, or is that just a play with just a decision in the moment and you leave it at that?
Well, I think if we had thrown the ball there, we probably would have got more crap than taking a running loss like we did after the Philly game. I know people were wondering why we didn't run the ball on the 1 yard line 4 times, but I think everybody liked the call. We just didn't execute it.
Seem more like the defense you guys had the first 3 weeks of the season. Do you feel less burden on you than maybe you had the past month and a half when they weren't playing as well?
I mean, I don't really know how to answer that without saying that I hold myself to a high standard. So the burden, that is the burden. The expectations that I want to put on myself are always there. I feel like we have a different type of squad offensively this year where we have been running the ball effectively, and we realize how important Aaron Jones is and Jamal Williams to our attack, and we're finding ways to get them the ball in the backfield and out in space. And they've been a big part of our success. Where in the past, I remember 16 season, I think our first rushing touchdown was against Philly on that, it was at week 11 or 12 when the run kind of started. A little different this year with the way we're on the football and the touchdowns we're having in the red zone. But we still hold ourselves to a high standard. And
I think it was. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
I think it was Jones's first touchdown in the second half. It looked like you kind of acknowledged something to the sideline. What were you acknowledging there? What happened that you were feeling good about?
Was it when he broke a couple tackles? Yeah. I just love that play call. I always tell Getsy, like I've told AVP in the past, Tom Clements and I used to talk about how the simplest plays are the best plays. And I feel like that's a very simple play. It's been very effective for us. So I was maybe pointing over to Luke, hoping he would understand what I was thinking there.
Did Devontae look more like Devontae to you today, as he said he wasn't 100% last week?
I don't think he was, but I give him credit for playing. He definitely looked like he was getting in and out of his breaks a little better today and felt smoother. I wish I'd thrown the deep shot to him a little more inside, give him a chance to kind of run away from his defender. But I thought overall he played really well. He played strong, ran good routes, and he was an important part of our success.
So can you talk about the atmosphere tonight's game when snow, crowd got into it, and then going down the final play of the game?
Yeah, I mean, a little disappointing the way we couldn't finish it off there, but those are the fun ones, that you're going to think about in 20 years probably. Remember that night where it was snowing and we were playing a big game coming off a disappointing loss that hopefully galvanized us and sent us on our way. But tonight was a classic Green Bay game, with the weather and the temperature, and good opponent and running the football on both sides.